Hey, what's going on, Cashflow Hackers? It's Chris with Life 180, and I am with Denise Du, who is an amazing agent in California. She has recently partnered up with us. We partnered up together, I guess is the best way to say it, and we're doing some pretty cool things. And so I thought I'd bring her on the channel right now. She's got an amazing event that she's going to be hosting, and I'm actually going to be there. I don't want to say I'm co-hosting it, but I'm definitely doing a lot to be deeply involved. I can't take all the credit because I'm not doing all the work. I'm just going to be there and have some fun and add some value and do some cool things. But they have an amazing team. They're doing just really phenomenal things. And so I thought it would be really cool to come on here, introduce Denise to the community, and have a conversation with her. And we're going to share our story a little bit about how we got to know each other, talk about the event a bit, give an invite to the event. I've got a discount code for anybody that wants to go to the event. If you want to get there, I'm just going to give a little teaser for the end here, right? We'll have a little discount code for the end. If you happen to be in Southern California, or you can get to Southern California and you want to get there, part of the discount code, not only are you going to get a discount on the event, but I'm going to take the time for everybody who went through this channel and bought a ticket to spend some time with you guys and do coaching and have conversations. Or, even if you don't like me, I'm happy to just get with you and debate you and have conversation. It's just the way it rolls. So that's it. So Denise, awesome having you here. First time on the channel. I wish I had one of those buttons that was like, the thing.
I feel it.
Cool. That's awesome. So if you don't mind, could you just start by introducing yourself a bit, talking about, how did you find me? How did we build our relationship? I want to hear how you kind of talk about it.
All right. Do I introduce myself and say, hey, Cashflow Hackers? Is that the community?
Totally. That's the way to
Hey, Cashflow Hackers. Denise Du streaming to you live in San Jose, California. I'm really excited for this partnership because it's a true partnership based on alignment on principles. Chris and all his YouTube, all his content, he's very principle driven. I was able to even fly out to Arizona to meet him and his wife and family, and he's the real deal, y'all. You'll learn more, and I'm all about that. I have this saying or this mantra that was taught a long time ago to my from my mentors is when you take someone's opinion, you take their lifestyle. And Chris may be a little opinionated here and there, a little bit about certain things, but
a little.
But he can back it up though, and then I had to go seek and find out. So I've been in the life insurance space for over a decade, obsessively. And I just realized I've been saying something like I always wanted to be, instead of being just a company leader, I want to be an industry leader. So I read all the books, anything about whole life, IUL, all things insurance, I'm on it. And that's how I discovered Chris. And I like debates. I like polarity because I don't want to be brainwashed to sell a product. I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing for the client. And that's how we train our agency up. So being an IUL girl for over a decade, still a fan here and there, knowing when to use it. I know your face is going to be like that, but that's why I'm here for it. I am a student of the game. I am, and I feel, Chris, honestly, you're a great coach, not just, in the life insurance space, but also personally, because developing agents is such a passion. The client can only be served to the kind of the level where the agent can serve them, right? So not only are we optimizing wealth and strategies, but optimizing humans is, again, something we align with. So with that, I've been the whole life space for the last 2-3 years, studying infinite banking, cash flow banking, or cash flow hacking, whatever you want to name it. But again, I wanted to seek the best of the best. I wanted to make sure my designs are proper. I want to make sure what we're teaching our agents are right. So that's where we aligned, and it's been a great journey since. And with that inspiration, we were really big on let's train our agents, right? Our agents need this. But at the same time, I just felt that was thinking too small. When I feel the audience, the world needs to learn how to be more efficient and learn about these foundational assets. Hence, the original event we had was in January, but we switched it up because it was inspired by a client who's a real estate investor, found out about our event and said, "Hey, can I come to your event?"
That's awesome.
Isn't it? And then in my mind, naturally, I'm like, oh no, it's agent only. You have to be licensed. But how selfish of me, or small-minded, honestly, to think like that. Then I said, it was one of those, why not? And that question opened up everything. I was like, why not share these strategies to the world who's seeking from those who know it? They're
Yeah,
all about it.
yeah.
It's living the life. They're not just preachers. They're doing it. So Chris, you're doing it. And I'm glad that you're going to be on stage with the topics that we assign. We're going to start foundationally all the way to legacy, the Rockefeller method. And there's a lot of heavy hitters on stage and excited to have you.
I love it. Well, I'm excited to be there. And so walk me through with this event. First of all, for everybody to know, the event is actually going to be March 12th through 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be 3 days, jam-packed, amazing content. I would say this, if you're an agent, it's going to be full of information that is going to help you show up as a better agent. I think, Denise, you just said it. It's you got to become the person who can add the value to your clients. Like I hear agents talk all the time, like talking about how they have a hard time connecting with people, a hard time influencing people, a hard time communicating with people. And if you're not making sales, typically it has nothing to do with product knowledge or anything of that nature. It has everything to do with you understanding what problems you're trying to solve and connecting with people and being able to build the emotional bridges behind the logic. I mean, you absolutely need to understand the technicals. Everybody knows I'm a total nerd when it comes to the technicals of products and so on and so forth. But that's not what makes me good at what I do. There's a lot of really technical people out there that understand these products, and they're called actuaries. And those actuaries don't go sell very much, right? Because they're not very personable. And so it is what it is. And so we need to be able to connect with people. And so I think this event is going to be a great blend of both. And whether you're an agent or whether you're somebody who's really looking at financial strategies that will give you more control over the results in your life and help you actually figure out what you want your life to be about, and then be able to reverse engineer a plan to get there, everything's going to be covered here and I'm going to let you kind of talk about what the fundamental kind of principles in this Wealth Strategy Summit are going to be. But to me, it stems all the way from personal growth and expansion all the way down to legacy planning, right? Because we got to grow into becoming who we need to be to create the life that we want to live.
Absolutely. So this event is really interesting because our last 2 years has been very focused on, yes, we're service providers, but we shifted to being more strategic partners. So beyond insurance, ensuring impact beyond insurance was at first a really cool mantra, and now it's a movement, right? Like, how do we go beyond insurance? Because life insurance is so beyond that most people don't know how to utilize and integrate. So beyond insurance was the first movement, and then we went to beyond real estate using infinite banking concept, et cetera. And then we went beyond taxes. So we really integrated taxes, real estate, insurance together to make it harmonize and have a holistic wealth approach when it comes to talking strategy. Because I believe a lot of people are giving advice in a silo and no one knows. And honestly, the client is just confused. The community is confused. But what if financial service professionals, I believe if you are responsible, transferring, touching any client's money, you are a financial professional. From the real estate, from the mortgage, from the taxes, from whoever, if you are in that transaction one way or another, we need to come together as a community and align in strategy based on principles. So what I love about the Wealth Strategy Summit, it's all principle driven, and you're going to see a tax strategist, a real estate specialist, Chris Kirkpatrick from an insurance expert, agent. So a lot of us coming and aligning, saying the same thing in different angles. And may I share my favorite part? I mean, there's a lot of favorite parts.
I would love it.
My favorite part is not only are we going to have a panel where I get to host and ask you a lot of questions, which is cool because I'm going to ask a lot of cool questions. And to me, open forum, like no filters, because I'm tired of TikTok advice. I'm tired of people who are bombarded with marketing tactics versus what's the truth, right? And I just want to let it all out because the truth needs no defending. We'll have it, recorded. I can care less. But the people who are there, the audience, deserve the truth because they're seeking. It can be the first person in their family who wants to create wealth. It can be the CPA who wants to start doing it right. There's so many different types of audience that's going to be there. But my favorite part is going to be the live Q&A from the audience. Can you imagine? And we're going to Oh my gosh. So imagine asking the tax strategist. You're going to have the certified financial planner, the fiduciary, the Kirkpatrick who's in insurance, the tax strategist who used to audit for the IRS for specifically targeting real estate investors. Put us
Yeah,
on stage and ask us anything.
it's amazing. That's
That
amazing.
to me is priceless.
No, I'm stoked for it. Like, I think we need more of that in the industry.
Right?
I'm so tired of all these, like, and it's maybe sounds bad coming from me because I'm a YouTuber, but I'm so tired of all these overly edited and scripted and kind of videos. We live in this world now with AI that it's so easy to generate these scripts and frameworks and whatever for video. There's very little like original thought. I mean, maybe not original is the right word, but authentic thought, like authentically yours. And I think getting on a stage and having people on a stage like that where there is no chat GPT to consult with before you can give an answer and get on and hit record is key. And that's one of the things I pride myself with on this channel is like I just let it rip all the time. And sometimes that goes against me because like I'm not very structured. And so sometimes that can be a challenge. But I think overall people know where I stand because it's
Right.
you know what I mean? And so
And I stand together with that. And this stage is not just, oh, because we're paying people to be on stage or this is a sponsorship. No, this stage is vetted voices.
yeah.
And going live and having a live Q&A is going to reveal us or expose us. And I'm okay with that because I've done the due diligence. I've asked the questions. I've met the families. I'm like, these people are consistent. These people I will align my brand with.
Mm.
Because reputation is everything, and you can't buy that. You can't buy Ensuring Impact. Like we have to align with something we truly believe in, and we're going to build an army for it.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to this event, I mean, you've got like, I mean, you kind of said it, but I want to kind of circle back because we're going to start off with personal growth, expansion, mindset.
Wait, can we go back and how we're going to actually really start off?
Oh yeah, with a party.
All right, you're going to see a fun side of Chris, or I'm going to bring it out of him. If you didn't know, fun is my center. Okay. Ensuring Impact, our brand is be bold, have fun, make an impact. That's just our culture. We want to make sure it has to be fun because insurance, it's fun. Yeah, it's sexy, cool. Not yet, or it will be. It's so underrated. So actually, how we're opening it up on March 12th on the evening is a red carpet, old Hollywood business mixer. So it's a theme. Come dress, bring the fur coats. We're gonna instead of having a live a photo booth, we're having a live red carpet photo shoot by the lounge booth. They do the Oscars. They go to Hollywood. You're literally gonna have a red carpet event, and your pictures will be edited live there and given to you so that you can have your lifestyle picture. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Instagram crazy. Here we come.
Yep.
Right?
If you want to look them up, the lounge booth, they are an amazing. People are just coming to our event just to be photographed by the lounge booth. Seriously, like, I mean, sure, Chris Kirkpatrick and Denise Doe and Wealth is cool, but for the gram.
Yep, they're coming. So how many people are we going for this event? Like
we're capped out. We're capped out the Wealth strategy. We're capped out at 200, and we're yeah.
That's a good size, right? Because it's not too many people. It's intimate enough to where you can build these relationships. You can actually get some time with the speakers if you have any questions. If you see somebody and like for instance, we have Mike Wolf who's going to be coming, right? Or I guess he's going to be speaking there. And so, I'm going to be speaking with him on doing what we call cash flow hacking, right? Mixing life insurance with turnkey real estate and different real estate strategies to be able to create more cash flow and more growth and more control and all the different benefits that we talk about, right? And so
practical uses, not just
yeah. And it's all from people who are doing this stuff in their own life. Like that's the key. There's a lot of people that, I mean, it's hard to know who to trust because there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions, especially you go to Instagram and TikTok and all these places, and a lot of people with a lot of opinions. And the challenge is, and I love what you say, is when you follow somebody's advice, you follow their lifestyle. And it's just like there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions, but it doesn't mean that they know what's going on. Hold on. I got My Discord is going off. Such an amateur.
Who did we piss off, Chris? Not yet. Just
No.
kidding.
The team trying to build out some stuff in there. My marketing team is. I got to pull you back up now. Bang. And there we go. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you follow somebody, you follow their lifestyle. And so the amazing part is Denise has done an amazing job vetting the speakers. And, whether it's me, whether it's the tax strategist, whether it's the real estate investor, I'm even working on, getting a guest appearance by a really well-known author in this space, talking about trusts and estates and maybe some Rockefeller stuff, if I want to drop a little hint. And so we're going to be doing stuff like that, right? And these, there's going to be access to amazing minds that are doing amazing things where you can have really personalized questions that you can have answered that are in ways that normally you got to pay a lot of money to get to normally, right? And so
wait, can we unpack that? Most people will pay a lot of money, and a lot when I started studying the industry, because again, I don't know what I don't know, but when I started learning more about the industry and what's out there, people tell me they pay 20, 50 grand to be in masterminds just to learn the topics that we're teaching. And they only teach the surface. They don't want to even give it all to you. And they're going to try to upsell you, etc. Our event is not a pitching stage. Our event is a value add stage.
Yeah.
I seriously, my passion. Yeah. What's up?
That's what I love about it. And that's why I wanted to support it. That's why I wanted to be involved. I'm going to be speaking several times. I have nothing to sell anybody. I have nothing, no course, no pitch, no nothing. Just I'm there because I want to support you and I want to support the audience, and anything I can do to add value into people's lives. That's where my values are, right? I just believe in the value creation mindset,
Yeah.
And if we can just live in a value creation cycle, well, then we all win. And yeah.
Oh, the topics that you have or is assigned, and I already unpacked it this morning. I'm just so stoked for it. Just even 1.5 days of total immersion with you and Hannah. I have 10x and evolved as a human being. Even my thought process when it comes to wealth strategies, I realized I didn't have to be fancy. I can be consistent. I don't have to be timing the market. I can learn to be opportunistic. I've learned more about myself and my money personalities and stuff like that. And the little things that you've taught me that I know that you're going to teach this audience.
Yeah.
And I really want to mention something, because when you hear a title wealth strategy, a lot of people think that's not for me, right? This must be for rich people only, or I don't have the money. This is going to be at South Coast Plaza. But honestly, I welcome anybody. If you're thinking, wealth is unattainable, it's actually a lot simpler than you think. And Chris, I think you're really good at portraying this, because your cash flow hacking book, you said literally you can help anyone achieve financial freedom 4 times faster.
Yep.
With a formula and a structure and a blueprint. Can you unpack that to empower the everyday people?
100%. I mean, here's the bottom line. And I think I want to start with this is you got Wealth Strategy Summit. So when we hear strategies, what do we think about? We hear tactics or some sort of tactic, right? And so you and I had this conversation a week or so ago. It's the difference between a strategy and a principle, or a strategy. What was it called? We were saying strategies and tactics, right? Is what we. And so there's overall strategies, which are the higher level stuff. We got to think about taxes, right? Now, when you go and there's going to be, we're talking about taxes, we're talking about real estate investing. Real estate investing is a strategy, right? But inside of real estate investing, there's all sorts of different, there's flipping houses, there's turnkey, there's lease options, there's tax deeds, there's, all sorts of things. There's commercial, there's whatever. And those are tactics inside of the strategies. And so what I think is important to understand is that as you come to this event, if you want to be able to create wealth, what's important is not to get caught up in the hype of the tactics and the strategies, but to focus on the principles. And that is where your life is going to change. And so the thing that really drew me and Denise, I think, to work together to this level is because we both see the world through this lens of principles. And principles are absolute. Principles never change. Principles will protect you in all markets. And I just believe that unfortunately, the world is set up, the financial world and the system as it is designed to kind of keep you a slave to the matrix and a slave to the system. And which means if you look at it, they don't want you to be financially free. They don't want you to have control of your money. They don't want you to be educated. In fact, they perpetuate the conversation that would say, you are too dumb to understand your money well enough. You are not disciplined enough. Thank you, Dave Ramsey. You are too stupid. Thank you, Dave Ramsey, to be able to do your own stuff. So you should just shut up and follow along and listen to their advice and give up control of your financial future. Give up control of the most precious tool that you have in your life to be able to create a life that actually matters to you, that you can actually be fulfilled, not just maybe 45 years from now, but you can actually live according to that today, and you can actually have a process and a system where you are empowered to live into your best life, to become who you need to become, to actually create something for generations to come.
He's talking to somebody. He's talking to me.
That is what this is going to be about. So I encourage everybody, if you are watching this, if you have an ability to get there, I know it's a couple weeks out, get to Southern California. Costa Mesa, is that where it is? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's in Orange County, Costa Mesa. If you're familiar with South Coast Plaza, so the hotel is Avenues of the Arts. It's a 5-diamond hotel. It's a beautiful place. It's a great place to gather, and we really want to treat our VIPs, and everybody there is a VIP.
Yeah.
So the airport's 15 minutes away, and there's shuttle service that we're going to set up for everybody. So airport is Orange County, so Santa Ana Airport.
Santa Ana Airport. Okay.
Okay.
I should buy my ticket.
Yeah, Hannah, if you hear that, Santa Ana Airport. But Chris, when you're going on that just passion driven, because I know you love people, right? And it's about empowering them. Yeah. As you're speaking, and oh my God, am I gonna cry? Maybe I'm a crybaby. This is.
I mean, you can cry.
Is it Holy Spirit or is it hormones? I don't know. Let's see. I'm just kidding.
Maybe a little of both.
A little bit of both, but honestly, it's just the truth, because I mean, everything that I've gathered, at least the topics on stage here, I was seeking because I was hopeless before. Or how many people, because we lose control of money. Maybe someone lost a job. Maybe it's, a death in the family. Maybe is an illness, whatever it is. When people lose or feel like they've lost control of money, there's this hopelessness that I just see in people that I would want to destroy. And all they need is someone to believe in them, someone who's been there and done that and can show them a clear roadmap, no tactics, no smoky mirrors, meet me where I'm at.
Yep.
Right. And that's the passion that it's coming. Like, that's the spirit of this event. It's those who are seeking. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to seek from the right people, because I'm going to bring the people. I'm going to bring the process. It's not the product. It's the people and the process, because you've taught me this. The greatest risk in anybody's wealth game and investment is lack of knowledge, lack of accessibility, right? And the network. But we're bringing the network to you. So literally, host and integrity-wise, principle-driven.
Yeah.
This event that I'm putting all our hearts in, our team and our great team is pouring into, has all the resources that someone can use to win the money game. So no longer can anybody ever tell you, me, and this network and this stream tell me that we didn't give you the resources. It was a lack of your resourcefulness.
Totally. Like, there's zero chance somebody comes to this event, takes the information that they learn and implements it, and doesn't wind up financially free with more control and a better lifestyle and more peace of mind than the traditional way of going about money that's taught by Wall Street. You're gonna be way ahead. Like, like if you go to this, it's one little nugget is all you need to take away to change your life. That's the way I look at these kinds of events. Like, I do a lot of events. I think it's February. I've already done 5 events this year. Okay. So like, I do a lot of events, guys. And I speak a lot, and I attend and I grow. I'm going to Denise's event, and I'm doing that event. And then I'm going to one more event, like literally the next 2 days in San Diego. And then I'm going to Austin for another event, like literally a day after that. And it's, and 2 of them I'm speaking at. One of them I'm going for 4 days to actually just to learn and pour into myself. And I invest in myself. Like, you have to invest in yourself to grow. The best asset that you have in your life is you. And if you don't believe that, you're probably in the wrong place. Like that's what I have to say. And
we have a saying in Ensuring Impact, because we invest in a lot of I's, and one of the I's is identity. You will never out-earn your identity. And I think as agents, as practitioners, as human beings, our wealth identity, like just going in this room, your identity is going to raise.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love about this group is you won't know who's a millionaire next door because everyone is so humbled in a way that you're going to be like, wow, no wonder they're wealthy, right? Like there's
Yeah.
just there's just a presence to them.
Yeah.
And they're always willing to give, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, I believe this is a room that is going to raise people's identity, raise their network, and then really create the relationships and partnerships that's going to be very, value driven.
I love it. Love it. Well, is there anything else that we want to be able to share with people aside from the call to action, just to go and get set up? And, I'll put the link in the description of the event, but can you just say, like, right now, well, I don't know. I didn't have my code ahead of time, did I? So I didn't put it in the description. So is it just Wealth Strategy Summit /
wealthstrategysummit.com, and then I'll give you your discount code. I believe it's Chris20, or is it Life 18020? I'll find out.
Okay. Anyway, try that, guys. Try both.
Yeah.
Code, it'll get you 20% off to go. It's just a deal that we did here. And once again, I'll have a list of everybody that signs up, whether you were watching this live or on the replay, or we're going to do some of the promotions as we go here, just to, well, not extra promotions, but just we'll be sharing this even more between now and then. Anybody that goes, I'm going to be there. So I'm happy to spend some time with everybody that buys a ticket using my link. I get nothing for it, just so everybody's clear. I'm not doing this to try to get affiliate commissions or anything of that nature. I'm literally just trying to serve. They've been just amazing at giving this discount code, just full transparency. And with that, because I believe in the message so much, and I believe in the impact it will make in your life with what you will gather, not just from me, but from everybody who's going to be there, I'm willing to take some of my time as well while I'm there to pour into you. So
yeah. Thank you for that offer, Chris. That's just so aligned with who you are. I found out what your discount code is. It's Chris180.
Chris180.
Yeah. Chris180. That's a 20% discount. Can I share my screen on this device?
Yeah, you should be able to.
I would love to share the agenda.
Okay.
Is this something you can see?
Let me see here. Yes. Show on stream. Sorry, my computer's down low. So dang.
Awesome. I really want to walk through this agenda because and you probably can see my mess. It's all right. That's my Wing Chun dummy. If you're into Kung Fu, we can spar. Nice. But ultimately, the 12th, we're opening up with the red carpet photo shoot, right? Networking and games. It's very intentional. This is not just a show up and this is another networking thing. We're intentional about building relationships. We're going to have networking games. We're going to have business and charity spotlights and raffle and prizes. We love highlighting charities. Charities is a huge part of who we are and how we do things and giving back. So there's going to be charity spotlights because we work with a lot of charities out there, donor advisory funds, or the charities that we're aligned with in ensuring impact and beyond. Thursday, closing the knowledge gap, building a strong financial education, financial foundation, cash flow hacking. This is a lot of Chris. Then we're going to go into the panel, live Q&A, break. Some of the package already includes lunch, and the executive package, we might have sold out on the executive package to have lunch with the speakers.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so, but I'll find out with the team and leave comments wherever you need us to leave. And then my favorite part in Thursday afternoon, and this was intentional, is talking about leverage. Leverage is not just with money and strategies, but leverage in relationship. Like, how do you become the person that you are or the person you want to be so you can attract a Chris or attract a certain type of tax advisor so you can have access to that information? So we're going to talk about how to have power partners or how to become the person. And we're going to close day one of the conference with a networking workshop. How do we not be weird, right? And be attractive to attract wealthy, type like-minded people who actually have that type of lifestyle that you want. And then day two, the last day, we're going to talk about the CPA Advantage program that we align with, that the partners we have been doing it for 30, 40 years. And we're going to talk about that. And then messaging. And I know this says marketing strategy for financial professionals, but we're having an award-winning videographer and content creator when it comes to marketing strategies, period. We're going to talk about just social media. You can apply this in all parts of your life, not just professionally. And then we're going to close. And then my favorite part, how we're closing and ending, and this is very intentional, right? Is wealth strategy for children. We have an initiative to teach financial literacy for kids. We align with Dwayne, who's in charge of Money Camp, and he's been phenomenal creating games and teaching wealth strategy to kids because that's what legacy is all about. And then we're going to close with the Rockefeller method. So you can see the flow. It's like foundation to our children, and then how to set up so that you have a full strategy walking away from this. Walking away from this.
Kind of like the cycle of life.
Yes.
Right? You guide people through this cycle of life, and we end with the legacy, end with the Rockefeller stuff. You kind of get to that place, and it's once again, if you go and you show up and you put the time in, you're going to learn so much. And it doesn't take learning a lot to make a massive impact in what you have going on. And this goes back to the atomic habits thing. And it's the last thing I'll probably say about all this is it doesn't take massive changes. It takes little, small, incremental changes over time. And if you just go into these types of events and learning and getting around people that are on the same path as you, because let's face it, this way of doing things is an alternative way of thinking. And it's also the way that works more predictably. If the other way worked, by the way, I love all the people no, I don't. I love everybody, but I don't love how they do this, I suppose. All the people who are like, oh, you got to invest in the stock market. It always works and this and that, whatever. It doesn't work because even if it worked on paper and that it the math of if they perfectly executed, let's just say that worked hypothetically. People are the problem, right? Our human behavior is the issue. The traditional way of retiring and planning for retirement doesn't work because subconsciously people kind of understand or intuitively, subconsciously believe that they're not going to be successful. And there's a reason, because the math and inflation and all these variables that come into play have an impact on this, right? And they may not know the math like I do or be able to explain it or articulate it like I do, but people are pretty intuitive beings. That's what I believe. And so they say, well, I'm not going to be successful doing that, so I'll just enjoy life right now. And we live in the most prosperous country in the history of the world. Literally, the statistic, folks, is 95% of people are not going to be able to maintain their standard of living on a guaranteed basis for the rest of their life when they retire. I don't know about you, but to me, there's nothing prosperous about that. When we have wealthy people that understand principles of how to create wealth, how to control capital, how to find opportunity, how to mitigate risk, how to create legacy, all these things. These are all things that, once again, the powers that be, the traditional ways of thinking would have you believe you're too stupid to even think about it. But I got news for you. It's simple. It's not complex. And sometimes the simplest things with the atomic habits concept, just execution, showing up, hitting base hits will get you in the Hall of Fame. That's it. You don't need to be a Grand Slam hitter.
Yeah.
That's it,
And that's what I love about what we're going to teach is those principles, basic things that require zero talent. You don't need $1 million. Your last name doesn't have to be the Rockefeller.
Yep.
It can just be principle driven. And it's been proven for hundreds of years. And that's what I'm passionate about. It's something I can pay forward to our kids.
Yep.
And it's something I don't want it to die with us. And that's why the stage has to be set so that we can share it. Because this information, honestly, Chris, doesn't belong to us.
Nope. Exactly.
Nope. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. And I'm happy to do it with you.
Love it. Me too. So really excited, guys. I did put in the chat on my sites. So it is wealthstrategysummit.com, and you use CHRIS180, CHRIS 180 is the coupon code. Use that. That will get you a 20% off discount for it. It will get you time with me at the event. We'll have a good time. We'll have some fun. We'll learn some stuff, build a relationship, have some, to me, that's what it's all about, is the people. That's why I love these events.
A lot of fun, and I can't wait. We'll be there too. I can't wait to meet anybody who met us here. I can't wait to meet you in person. And if there's anything I can do to help and be a resource to anything in your life, let me know. That's what I want to add to.
Rock and roll. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you found value in this. If you did, like it, share it, get this out there to other agents. If you know people in Southern California that you think would benefit from this, share this video with them, get it out to them. We'd love to have them there. We'd love to host them. If they have any questions about anything, anybody can email me directly, chris@life180.com. I'm happy to engage with them personally just to get the ball rolling, and I can connect them with Denise, her team, all that about the event, no problem. Just make an introduction and we'll go from there. Cool. All right. Have a blessed, inspirational day. Talk soon.